Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Joyride, starring Olivia Colman as a woman who I think is giving up her baby. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's what? It's the Pineys, books 1 through 9, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, there's Olivia Colman. The premise is this young kid is working with his dad, and his dad's a bit of a scumbag. They rob a charity. He doesn't want to steal the money from the charity, won't give it to his dad, so he steals a car. Olivia happens to be sleeping in the back seat. Maybe it's a ride share situation. So they end up it ends up being a buddy movie, is what it means. She has to get somewhere to drop off this baby, which I guess she doesn't want, and he is a kid who's already sort of been abandoned by his mother and his father. So they team up together on this cross country tour where I think they drive to Ireland. And then at some point there's a checkpoint, and she blows the checkpoint and has to keep the kid under wraps, and they, it's a light-ish movie, comedy drama, where she's dealing with, I guess, giving up the baby, and he's dealing with being abandoned by his parents and his dad, who's terrible apparently. So Olivia Colman is a really good actress. This seems like a good vehicle for her. It's a little sappy, so it's not that comedic. It's called Joyride, not that realistic. Written by P. Keoghan, directed by Emma Reynolds. Feels like an Irish movie. The name sounds Irish to me. Yeah, Screen Ireland presents. Okay, yeah, and they definitely go to Ireland because I saw the cops are called Guard. Garday or Garday or some Irish way of saying it. Anyhow, it looks okay. I mean, Olivia is a good actress, can carry a movie. The kid looks fine. It's not an awful premise. It's not funny enough for me. I would want the movie to be funnier or wackier, get them into really crazy situations. But at the same time, you've got a baby involved. Olivia has a baby, which I guess she doesn't want and is given away. So I think part of the movie is her rethinking that and deciding to keep the kid, maybe. So that's the journey she's going through, which is pretty serious, Pretty serious. And the kid's father is making him commit crime, which is also kind of serious. So it's kind of hard to make light of those subjects, keep them in the realm of realism, and make a comedy. You could, but here this is really a drama, I think, with a buddy comedy element to structure it around, as opposed to a buddy comedy that happens to have some drama in it. So I think there's going to be more drama here than comedy. It's going to be very light and more realistic. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't seem the setup is okay, but ultimately, I don't believe it would last this long. I mean, it's more believable if it was more of a comedy, because with comedies you're willing to suspend your disbelief for the sake of more jokes. With drama, you're not willing to suspend as much. So yes, would there be a situation in which a kid steals a car, a woman's in the back seat sleeping, and then they kind of team up? Yeah, that might happen for a short time in a realistic situation. She'd be like, well, I'll drop you off or whatever. In this case, it doesn't feel all that real. It feels more contrived, and if you are going to put enough realism in it, it kind of undermines the comedic element of that setup, if that makes any sense. So would I see it? Maybe. If I heard in the reviews, oh, it's amazing, you got to see it. Maybe I'd see it. It's not blowing my doors off here. I don't think it's a bad movie. Seems well produced. Olivia Colman looks good. She's delivering the lines with a lot of good energy, and it feels like she's trying to carry this movie mostly by herself. Not to throw any shade at her co-star, but he is only a kid. Um, so seems okay, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta see this movie. It looks amazing. It's So first act is the crazy circumstances by which they meet. The kid doesn't want to rob the charity. The father wants him to rob it. She's in like a ride chair in the back seat asleep or something because she's so exhausted for taking care of the baby. He steals the car and the money, takes off. She wakes up. What the heck's going on? Then it's, the kid and her, for whatever reason, she can't just give him up and, I don't know, go get another ride share. Maybe she's out of money. Maybe, she's stuck. I mean, there'd be a way to work it. So she decides to team up with him, essentially. I won't blow your cover because they're probably looking for him. But you got to go to, I guess, Ireland with me, or if they're not in Ireland already, then I guess they're going. I think they take a ferry in one shot in the movie. Yeah, I think that's a ferry there, in fact. So yeah, if you agree to go with me and just be cool, I'll I won't turn you into the cops. So the second act, they start their journey, and at first they don't get along because that's what always happens. But during the course of the movie, they get to know each other. She tries not to tell him what she's doing. I guess she's giving away her baby because she doesn't want a baby because she wants a career or whatever. He's been abandoned by his mother, so he doesn't like that. And then he's dealing with abandonment issues with his father. Again, it's kind of heavy for a comedy. But you can't make light of some of it, I'm sure. I'm sure there's funny moments. Then at some point, they sneak into Ireland. There's a bit of a car chase. She manages to get away. And the climax, I think, is in the third act, end of the second act. The father finally catches up to them. And then, it's about her trying, the kid makes her rethink giving away her baby. She tries to defend him against the father. I'm not sure how that would go, quite frankly. I mean, what is her status legally? She's not his legal guardian. The father is. I don't think the kid's old enough to emancipate himself, so she'd kind of be stuck, other than, just saying, what am I going to do? But there's some sort of emotional confrontation there, and maybe the father just says, screw it, I don't care about my son, and walks away. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, or maybe they threaten to turn him in for his crime, or maybe the mob threaten to turn him in to the local crime boss or whatever, who's after him for not handing over the money because he owes money, whatever, something like that. Maybe they give him the money and under the condition that he leave alone his son or whatever, and the son goes off with her. I'm not sure how this movie could end happily and realistically. So, but I do suspect that in the third act she decides to keep the baby. Maybe not. I mean, it is a European movie, so the sensibilities are a little different. Maybe the happy ending is, well, she gives away the baby, but she's okay with that. She cries, but it's like she has no choice. I don't think so. It seems to me that the right character arc here would be that she realizes she can't give away this baby because that baby will turn into this kid wondering forever, why did my mom abandon me? So, and that's not a bad drama. It's not a bad drama. I don't know. Yeah, the comedy aspect. Yeah, I'm not sure that really works for me. But it's. I guess they didn't want to make it too heavy a movie, so it's something in the middle, some kind of dramedy. I personally don't like dramedies because of that. I would rather see something funner and super hilarious, or just go all the way and say it's a drama. It's a drama, and make it a little more actiony with the crime bosses. But then you would probably be telegraphing a sadder ending if you did that. So that's why I think it's probably a happier ending. She keeps the baby, and the kid either goes with her or kind of somehow gets his father to turn over a new leaf, maybe. So it's called Joyride. It's coming soon, so I guess they're trying to figure out a time to release this. Feels like an art house movie, like a lesser art house movie, one that would be in the mix, like I don't know, February, January, some time like that. It'd be okay, for the Olivia Colman fans. They'd be like, oh yeah, I'll go see that. But it's sort of a limiting thing that it would be bigger in Europe, where Olivia's star power would sell it more, and the fact that it was in Ireland would help sell it in Ireland and the UK. Not so much in the States, where it would be probably relegated to art house and digital downloads. So, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, I think if you like these kinds of movies, I think, a dramedy, I think it'll be solid enough. Yeah, I don't think you'll walk away going, God, I wasted my time with that. But that being said, I probably won't ever say it. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out at the live stream as of this. If I can get this posted in time, probably in about 15 minutes, we're going to do the live stream at 2 o'clock. This is Sunday when I'm taping this. 2 o'clock on Sunday is normally my live streams. We're going to be doing Hollywoke Hot Take Live, so that's always fun. And we'll see you at the live stream.